what's on my mind today. I was listening to someone talk about an article in the New York Times this morning that talked about how patients who are told that they have a symptom of a disease or health problems tend to go further in the direction of that disease or develop more symptoms related to that disease. And I think this is not a good development in healthcare. To begin with, I think labeling diseases is helpful for some people because it gives them something to call their collection of problems, but it also labels us as sick. And in our present healthcare system, when you label yourself as sick, you need a drug or procedure or surgery to recover from sickness. Now, there's a lot of the legitimate health problems and sicknesses going on out in the world there, and I see a lot of them here when I talk to my patients. But I think that what goes through your mind affects your ability to have an optimistic outlook. So I truly believe, and it is my personal philosophy, that your thoughts affect your feelings, and that optimistic, healthy thoughts create optimistic, healthy people. And I live by that rule myself. Sometimes I break that rule. But I try to keep that in mind when I'm talking to my clients who come to see me on a regular basis. I try to ask about what sorts of influences that they have on their life on a daily basis. Who do they live with? What kind of people do they live with? What sort of work are they doing? What is their work environment like? What are they reading? What sort of social media are they taking in? How much of social media are they taking in? What kind of TV watching are they doing? Oftentimes I find that people are watching news reports right before bedtime, which are filled with words like, here's ones that I saw in headlines today, the word rejection, victim, restrictions, explosion, terror, attack, assault. You fill your mind with these sorts of words before you lie down to go to sleep. And I don't think we can expect great outcomes when it comes to restfulness and positive, happy dreams, right? I'm really not a Pollyanna person. Some people say I see things through rose-colored glasses and expressions like that, but I've had plenty of my own setbacks in my life and lots of reasons to be negative and to feel that the world is going to a bad place or that my health might be going to a bad place. But this is why I started working in the field I'm in now. Some of you may know that I had a breast cancer diagnosis when I was 40, which was 15 years ago. And at the time, I had a little pity party and scary moment for myself, wondering what was ahead for me. But then I eventually realized that it was a great opportunity for me to make some big changes in my life that I'd been needing to make for a long time. And I did. I began to research natural health solutions to recovery from breast cancer. I began to talk to anybody I could about what natural and healthy alternative methods they use to stay healthy. I talked to anyone that I felt was in good health and was an optimistic person and asked them, how do you maintain that? And what are some of your secrets to feeling so good and having a happy life? I basically interviewed people on how to be a happy person, how to be an optimistic person. And I incorporated a lot of these practices into my life. Yes, I did go to therapy, and that helped me a tremendous amount too. One thing that therapy taught me was that my thoughts create my feelings. And so I began to watch how my thinking was creating a negative attitude and a poor me sort of situation. Therapy taught me a lot of things. But healthy optimism has been a practice of mine for a good 14, 15 years as I recovered from my breast cancer. I don't know what I'm going to call that, that blip in my life where that happened. And I encourage my clients to do it as well. So when you come in here and you sit in a chair with me and you're talking to me about your what's going on with you, I will be sympathetic and I will listen to you and I'll write down a lot of what you say. But ultimately, you've come here for change. Am I right? So we're going to talk about change, and we're going to talk about why you need that, how often, and how to do it, right? If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten, right? Lots of isms to explain why it's important to change, and having a healthy attitude is part of making change. So this is why I'm such a fan of having support and encouragement groups like my Natural Healing Omaha support and encouragement group that you're involved in, because I created that page to allow you to come to me with some of the challenges that you're facing, and for all of us to support and encourage each other into a better place. So I encourage you today to share with me what you're struggling with, and let's see what we can come up with for a healthy, optimistic plan to get you out of that place, to get you out of your stuck place, right? Staying positive, studies show, even in the face of chronic disease, helps improve the immune response in your body and minimizes secondary disease and co-infections. All that means is that if you have a good attitude, you're less likely to get sicker than you already are, and you're more likely to improve over time. So I appreciate you all come here to listen to me talk today, and I want to hear what you have to say, especially about optimism and how optimism in your life and the lives of people around you has brought positive benefits and changes.